All right, folks, it's getting to be that time of year where we're going to start spending a lot of time back here. We're behind the barn, not only filling the silos, but feeding out of the silos to the beef herd. What's going to be um, the uh, the calf lot, we're going to call it this winter. I'm keeping back all the calves. That's going to be an explanation for another video. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna feed out some of these. I'm gonna feed these Holsteins, the Holstein heifers, which have gone very well. There's been zero heat activity for quite some time now. Firmly believe that all the Holstein heifers are bred, which of course was part of the job here for the custom raising, not just feeding these animals responsibly, but breeding them. AI. And it's gone well. So, back to it. We're about to spend a lot of time back here. One of the 200 little things that I've gotten out of the way here in the last collection of days, in the last couple weeks. I just finished this today. I brought in I don't know how many yards it was. It was quad axle dump. I brought in some of this road gravel. It's about comparable to 23A, which I guess the rest of the world might not know what that is. That's an MDOT spec. Got a little more clay in it than what I wanted, but it's okay. This little lane here was getting pretty damn ratty. Of course, there's a lot of twists and turns right here to get under the elevator. And I felt it necessary to bring at least one load in. To be very honest with you, before we go crazy back here, I really need to bring in another load and get what I like to call the wraparound right here, and spot check some other places. I also stole a couple buckets out of this pile that was dumped here and went and cleaned up a couple other little spot checking areas, including two awful entrances into some fields that we have to deal with, but they're good to go now. So okay, this is the scenario. If anybody's been excited to see this sorghum silage, I'm on your team. I'm very excited about it. I think I forgot to turn the fencer back on. Along with all these other things I've been working on, I've been hitting the fence line pretty hard and tying up a lot of it. I'm very happy to say that a lot of what I started is completed, and it oh, does it feel good. Yeah, there's the young bull taking a little break. I also took some of that gravel and filled in right here. There was a monstrous hole. Obviously, most of the cattle come here. They got two sources of drinking water, right there in that tub and then right there in that barn, and they do hit both of them. There was a monstrous hole forming right here, of course, where they stand, so I brought in a few buckets there. That'll help out tremendously. Plus, the calves can get in there now, too. Otherwise, it was so bad that they couldn't. Okay, you can see the cattle. Folks, the cattle are on the second to the last paddock. Tomorrow morning, I'll be putting them on the last paddock. That last paddock we have here is actually so damn nice compared to what the rest was that I'm going to actually split it in half. So it's going to be 2 more days of feeding on pasture. Every day, they've been getting a supplemental bale of hay, and there's always a little bit left over in the morning, so things have been kind of running pretty perfect here. So, what the hell are we going to do? All right. Grazing season is damn near over. They got tonight where they're at. They got 2 days on the last paddock. We're going to kick them. We're going to open up the entire behind the barn field and what we call kuthas all together. All that rain that we got, things have just come leaps and bounds. I mean, they've only been back there, it's only been like 6 days, 7 days, but there's sufficient enough grass between the both parcels that it ought to last for about 3 more days of grazing. The plan is to start tackling the cleaning of the 18-footer Thursday late afternoon. Get out of that sun. Sure feels good. She's been pretty gloomy here these days, but we're getting our summer September now. So Thursday late afternoon, we're going to start cleaning this out by running the unloader. We're probably going to have to fork out a bunch as well. Understand, even with tarps and everything, there's some moldy feed on top. We got to get rid of that. So the plan is to basically have this ready and have damn good feed coming out for Friday morning. Friday morning next week, folks, I can promise you, you will see a video on the sorghum silage. I'm extremely excited about it. And like I said earlier, not only is the beef herd going to get it, but I'm also going to feed the Holstein lot as well. Try and save on some hay. I've got quota. I'm not worried about it. I think I touched on this earlier. I have quota for this farm. This farm is in good hands for feed. I have nothing extra though. So we're going to tap into the sorghum and feed the sorghum out every day until it's time to raise the unloader and top off the 18-footer with corn silage. I'm very happy and lucky to say that the 16-footer, 16 foot in diameter, is chock full of pure corn silage, and good corn silage, by the way. The day after the 18-footer is topped off, leveled off, tarped, and put to bed, we're going to go after the 16-footer. Open that up, and we're going to run the 16-footer, the corn silage in there, until it can't run anymore because of sub-zero, below freezing temperatures. Don't get me wrong, you can still run these silos in the unloader at temperatures like that, even when it freezes up there. It is so stinking hard on them. We're not prepared to do it. I'm not prepared to do it. All these years, Dad has never made a practice of it because it just does so much. There's so much that can happen and does happen to the unloader system, which I don't know if I talked much about this, but we had a lot of problems with the unloader and the 18-footer. That's finally been fixed. It has been for a while. Put a lot of time, energy, and money into that thing, fixing that, but it's been a long time since it's been touched, so not a lot can be said about that. If things move, they're gonna break. If they move, they need to be maintained. That's it. I don't care what brand you're using. So during a dry spell and before we got those monsoons there for a while, my God, have we had the rain up here. Time was not on my side. I failed in cleaning up all the manure here this past spring. Once the corn is off, the rest of this will get cleaned up. I spent a little time back here last week and just mounded some of it up in preparation. I'd have to say there's probably, I don't know, we might get 10 loads of manure out of here. Then at the same time, I'm probably going to do some cleaning up of the heifer lot. I guarantee I can come up with at least 5, 6, 7 loads out of there, so that things aren't that bad come mid to late November. Mid to late November, those Holstein heifers go bye-bye. And this lot needs to get prepared for all the weaned off beef calves. And I'm keeping them all. We'll get back to that on a different video. Boy, that old beef market, I'll tell you what. Some things just don't make much sense, but we're not going to get into that. It's Saturday. It's been a great day. It's been a great week. And yeah, we start talking about the beef market and swear words are probably going to start coming out. We don't need that. We don't need that. So that's the scenario with the cattle, folks. They're doing really good. Heat activity with the beef herd is damn near nothing anymore. There was 2 cows. It had been a while, but yesterday 2 cows were bred. They were in full heat. The bulls did their job, took care of them. The bulls have been doing real good. Now you see the young guy laying down right now. It's not because he's hurting anymore. He's actually doing a phenomenal job. Just taking a break. But yeah, it is concerning. You don't know what's out there as far as being open. Maybe some animals that have a problem and then, you know, didn't even come within heat. Folks understand that not all female cattle, whether you're talking about a cow or a young heifer, not all of them have what it takes to have calves. You know, and I put on a lot of new animals this year, a lot of new heifers. So we'll just have to wait and see. I see a very healthy, long day of preg checking. I don't know. We'll say December, early December. Anything before that is just, it's nonsense in my book. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's about it, folks. I got a few things to do. And I'll do another video yet here today, kind of make up for my little absence that I've had here. And we're going to take a look at the primary corn. And I'm going to go through my scenario once again, and I'm going to show you what kind of shape that's in, which is a great site for sore eyes. So, folks, we're going to talk to you sooner or later.